brought to you by Kellogg's Cereals. The best to you each morning from Kellogg's of Battle Creek. And now let's all play What's My Line? And now from New York, let's meet our What's My Line panel. First, the popular columnist whose voice of Broadway appears in papers coast to coast, Miss Dorothy Kilgallen.
And on my left, a wonderful performer who starts his own show on CBS tomorrow night at 10 with a special guest star, Lucille Ball, Mr. Steve Lauren.
Thank you, Dorothy. Thank you very much. On my left, a lovely young lady who opens September 22nd here in New York at the Golden Theater in a brand new play called Mrs. Dally, Miss Arlene Francis.
Thank you. And now a gentleman who is leaving television tonight for a short time to go to Tel Aviv, and then to Athens, and then to Madrid for a little vacation with his beautiful wife, Phyllis. Mr. Bennett, sir.
It's my pleasure for the last time for 4 weeks to introduce John Daly. And if he looks a little tired tonight, I'll explain why. On Monday, he came into a big legacy, which consists entirely of 943 alarm clocks. And he has spent the entire week winding up the estate.
Oh, no.
Isn't that bad? Isn't that bad, Well, here he is, John Charles Daly.
Well, now the summer is really over, but we can all see why Bennett needs to go off to Israel and Greece and Spain. I think it will not embarrass him if I say there really is probably a very good reason why he should go off to Israel, Greece, and Spain. On Thursday, is it, the 17th? Is Thursday the 17th?
Yeah.
It will be their 25th wedding anniversary, Mr. and Mrs. Bennett. And now, Bennett, just to show you that my intelligence division is working, I know where you were this past week. Minneapolis, right?
How'd you know that?
Well, I went up to the Mayo Clinic in Rochester for my checkup, and everybody I ran into in the Mayo Clinic would say, "Has Bennett been over to see you?" And I said, "No, I haven't seen him for a while." He said, "Well, he's in Minneapolis. He was on the television this morning." Right. So you had a very successful week there, and needless to say, we hope this celebration of your 25th wedding anniversary is a great one for both Phyllis and yourself.
Thank you, John.
Nice to have you.
Thank you.
Steve, good to have you here, and I think this is a good way to break in for tomorrow night.
Yes,
and,
I do,
we've got
too.
some
Thank you.
very
It's nice to be with
interesting
you.
occupations for you to break in with, all four of you tonight. We'll also have a famous mystery guest before our panel a little bit later in the program. We'll meet our first challenger after to meet our first contestant. Will you enter and sign in, please? Marie MacDonald, right? Is it Miss or Mrs. MacDonald?
It's Miss.
Ah, good, thank you. By the way, this reminds me, I had a letter from one of our viewers this week, wanted to know why it was we always asked the ladies if it was Miss or Mrs. and never asked the men if they were married. And I'm still chasing it around. Well, we'll get it. Miss MacDonald is
That's
right.
right.
Thank you. Where are you from?
I'm from Silver Spring, Maryland.
Silver Spring, Maryland. Nice to have you with us. And now, you see you have some friends in the house. Or may I present our panel, Miss MacDonald? And then will you join me over here, please? And we'll let the audience in the theater and the audience at home know exactly what your line is. panel, we can tell you that Miss McDonald is salaried and deals in a service, and since you're going to loaf for a while, Bennett, I think we'll start things off with you.
Miss McDonald, would you tell us what part of Maryland Silver Spring is in?
Maryland, Silver Spring, it's right close to Washington, D.C. This would be the southern part of Maryland. And over on the west part, southern west part.
I see. Well, is the service you perform then done possibly for a non-profit-making organization?
It is done for a profit-making organization.
1 down and 9 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Miss McDonald, can both men and women avail themselves of your services?
They may.
Would they be more likely to be adults than children?
Yes.
Do you have anything to do with either communications or entertainment?
Yes.
Is it both?
That's right.
Do you perform on either radio or television?
Yes, I do.
Well, let me pick television. Are you on television?
No.
That's 2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Lawrence.
Just
Are you on radio?
Very good, Steve. I knew you had it in you. It's going to be a great show tomorrow night.
Would you be considered a performer?
Yes.
Well, you're a performer on radio.
That's very good. Mm-hmm.
Now we have to get now exactly what.
Oh yes, there are all
she
kinds
says.
of performers on radio.
Well, would your good looks have anything to do with it? Like, would you be more in the show business rather than news department?
No.
3 down and 7 to go, Miss Francis.
If you think I'm going to ask whether you're in the news department or than in the show business department, you are right. Do you have something to do with the news media?
Yes.
Do you have anything to do with broadcasting weather?
No.
4 down and 6 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Now, there is news involved in what you give out.
Yes.
There is no can I take it for granted there is no instruction in what you give, such as cooking or anything of that sort?
No, the intent and purpose is not to convey a skill to another person. That's right. Mm-hmm.
Well, do you analyze the news? No.
Nope.
No.
5 down and 5 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Are you at all involved in sports?
No.
6 down and 4 to go, Mr. Lawrence.
You're in the news department on radio. Well, what's new, baby?
You keep track.
Are you a newscaster in Maryland or?
No, I am not.
No, not in that general
Is there
term.
something beyond your being a newscaster that we're looking for?
Well, I would say this, that the general term newscaster has come to encompass, let us say, the broad field of current events.
Well, would you be the Walter Cronkite of Maryland, or?
No, that's fine. 7 down and 3 to go, Miss Francis. And that's the nicest thing that's been said about Walter this year.
Is the work you do informative, hour to hour? For example, would you have anything to do in broadcasting, perhaps, what traffic patterns may be underway?
Very good. That is the correct. I can only add one bit, and that is that Miss McDonald broadcasts her traffic reports from
a helicopter
that flies over the Capitol and contiguous Maryland and Virginia. She has a wonderful slogan. You're on WWDC, right?
That's right. It's
Radio
part
station.
of Crosley Broadcasting.
Crossley Broadcasting, and she has a wonderful slogan. If you're in a jam, here I am. In my little helicopter over the nation's capital. And you do it during the rush hour in the morning and the rush hour in the evening.
And again in the afternoon.
In the afternoon.
Do you remember
5 days.
when Alan and Rossi were on Rossi's explanation of how to get rid of the traffic jam in New York, John? He said, just make every street a one-way street heading west. And the other fellow said, what good will that do? And he said, well, by Wednesday morning, it's Jersey City's problem.
I hope, Mr. Brown, you can find a solution like that for Washington. Thanks very much for joining us. Nice to have you in. see what we can do with a second challenger. Will you enter and sign in, please? Edith Silva, right, ma'am? Is it Miss or Mrs.? Mrs. Silva. And where are you from?
Pennington, New Jersey.
Pennington, New Jersey. Fine, Mrs. Silva. May I present our panel? And now, would you join me over here, please? And we'll let the audience in the theater and the audience at home know exactly what your line is. All right, panel, we can tell you that Mrs. Silva is self-employed and deals in a service, and we will begin things with Steve Lawrence.
Mrs. Silver, could I avail myself of your services?
Yes, you could.
Well, would I feel better for it? Or...
I hope so.
If you had an interest in the service and chose to avail yourself of it, and then subsequently were fruitfully using the service that was conveyed to you, we would consider that you would feel better for it, yes.
Pardon?
Huh?
If I were to use your service, would I use it in my home?
No.
No, you would not avail yourself directly of the service which is here offered in your home. That's 1 down and 9 to go, Miss Francis.
Mrs. Silver, is dexterity required in your particular job?
Degree.
To a degree.
To a degree.
Is there anything athletic about your work?
No.
No, that's 2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Mrs. Silva, is any kind of living thing involved in the service you perform?
No.
3 down and 7 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Mrs. Silver, given the right circumstances, could I, too, use your services?
Yes.
In my home?
But I would, but it wouldn't be in Steve's home. Or mine.
No.
Would it indeed be in some sort of an enclosure rather than out of doors?
Would the service be given to you in an enclosure
Yes,
rather
in an
than out of
enclosure.
doors? Just a moment, we'll have a small conversation. Yeah, it isn't absolutely necessary, but we will admit that we would normally expect that the service would be
That
conveyed.
I would go to some place indoors so my hair wouldn't
That's
get
right.
blown.
Mhm.
Okay. Do you work days rather than nights?
Either.
Do you have any special education or training which is required for your job?
Yes.
Do you have a title other than Mrs.? Would anybody ever call you by any other name than Mrs.?
Not
No.
in a friendly way, anyway. 4 down and 6 to go, Mr. Lawrence.
When you are performing this service, do you use your hands?
Yes.
Would you be wearing something other than what you are wearing right now?
No.
5 down and 5 to go, Miss Francis.
Does what you have to do have anything to do with locomotion?
No.
6 down and 4 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Mrs. Silva, does anything that you do have anything to do with the law?
No.
No?
7 down and 3 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Yeah.
This is a doozy.
When you use your hands in your work, do you also employ any tools or instruments?
Yes.
Are any of them made of metal?
Entirely?
Partly.
Well, Cuthbert.
Not just a little nail or screw or thumbtack?
I did my best, Dorothy. That's 8 down
Oh,
and
I'm
2 to
sure
go,
you
Mr.
did.
Lawrence.
No matter.
No metal in
metal?
the tools. What kind of tools are those?
May I rule out that you are not a lady plumber?
May you rule out that you are not.
You are not a lady plumber.
Yes, you may rule that out.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. May we have a conference?
You may have 30 seconds for a conference.
Even a pencil has metal in it. What kind of a... This is a very, very good clue, if we could get anything out of it.
Well, let's find out what the
a-
material is made of.
What kind of...
Maybe she works
What
on
kind
something.
of tools?
May
She
I ask
uses
her
tools which have no metal in them.
with the,
Or maybe they're made of wood or rope. Maybe she lassos things.
Maybe, all right.
Does your service have anything to do with the current water shortage problem that we are facing?
No, that's 9 down and 1 to go, Miss Francis.
Now, do you do whatever you do on something?
Yes.
You perform on a thing of some kind,
Yes.
whatever it is.
Well, I could use a
Is it by any chance a musical instrument?
Yes.
It is? It's not a trombone, because I'm not going to have any competition in that field.
It's not a piano.
And it's not a piano. We got to think of an instrument, and a drum has metal, and
An organ.
a Jew's harp. What?
An organ.
Organ has metal.
No, but her tools. She didn't say the instruments. Excuse me, John. May we have a small conference because...
No, we can have to clear it up with
It's
John.
the tools that don't have metal in them. It's not the
No, the
instruments
issue here
that
was
don't
asked
have.
if any tools or instruments were used, and we admitted that such was used, and then we further admitted that there was no metal content in same.
In the ones that Mrs. Silver uses.
Right.
Well, do you string a violin or something?
String
is
a violin?
Catgut that you use?
Oh, you had a lot of... Got that. 10 down and no more to go. And Mrs. Silver gives bagpipe lessons. And the nice thing about it is that you learned to play the bagpipe yourself from a Scottish friend when you were...
Oh, yes.
Were we? Huh?
Yes.
You also acquired a Scotch accent.
No, I did not.
You did not? Well, I have to teach you a Scotch accent if you're going to teach
Right.
me the
Silver, do
bagpipe.
you mean people actually like to hear the bagpipe play?
Oh, it's
I
divine.
love it. Wonderful.
Oh, heavenly.
Now, you can't say that you don't like the bagpipes.
Well,
Not anymore, he's not going to say it.
Scotland, I like
Bennett, you just don't have a musical ear.
That's right.
That's all.
It is a little athletic, though, Mrs. Silver, you will
Oh,
admit.
a little.
You do have to have your wind
Do you
up.
teach
but-
the Scottish method, blowing through them, or the Irish
pumping.
method of pumping the bag?
Well, you blow, and then you use the air that's in the bag to... you use your arm to squeeze the air out, but you blow in.
It's using
It's the
both.
Scottish
of them.
method,
Yeah, another thing. Yeah. I must say, there's nothing quite so thrilling as hearing one of the British bagpipe
marvelous.
units coming down on a
Oh, it's
military
wonderful
march.
to hear a lot of them, but if
You don't
sing
like to
them,
hear
I don't like to hear one alone.
Bennett, you're outnumbered.
Good. Well, just wait till you get to Spain. That'll be all. Thank you very much, ma'am. It's very nice to have you with us. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. We'll meet tonight's mystery guest in just a moment, but first, here is a word from our sponsor. Now we come to the special feature of our program, the presentation of our mystery challenger, for which, as you all know, our panel is always blindfolded. Blindfolds in place, panel?
Yes.
Yes?
Good. Will you enter mystery challenger and sign in, please? All right, panel, as you know, we go to a different form of questioning, one question at a time, in turn moving clockwise, and we will begin with Dorothy Kilgallen.
Are you a performer in show business?
Yes, we are.
What?
We are.
Mr. Lawrence?
We are. I take it that there are more than one there. Was that a lady's voice?
It sounded like one, but I don't bet on anything. I thought Rosalind Russell was...
Are you currently working here in New York?
NATO.
No, that's 1 down and 9 to go, Miss Francis.
Are you a team?
Not often, no.
What?
Not often.
Not often, no.
Not often a team.
Enough, not often, so we call it no. That's 2 down, 8 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Are you linked in the holy bonds of matrimony? Are you married to each other?
Hardly, no.
No.
No?
3 down and 7 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Does one of you do one thing while the other does another thing?
Yeah, that's it.
Mr. Lawrence.
How nice. Is there a motion picture of yours currently playing in one of the New York theaters?
No, it's not playing, no.
4 down and 6 to go, Miss Francis.
Are you performers in television?
You?
He is.
Mr. Cerf.
He is?
Yes.
One no and one yes, wasn't it? Did both of them say yes? I thought the gentleman said...
Yeah, no, both
They
said
are.
yes. They both appear on television.
Do one or both of you play some kind of musical instrument on television?
Nay, we are in today.
No, that's
Not even at home, no.
5 down and 5 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Do you sing professionally?
6 down and 4 to go, Mr. Lawrence.
Would you be starting your own television series sometime this week?
Nay, in today.
7 down and 3 to go, Miss Francis.
Is one of you a star in television? A star performer?
Well, this puts us in a sticky wicket because we've agreed they both perform on television, and when performing would certainly have star status, if that's what you're looking for, yes.
That a yes?
Yes.
It's made.
They are stars, right?
He is a star.
He is a star.
He is a star.
I think... Oh, no, I can't take a whack.
Is one of you, do one of your, at least one of your names appear in the name of the television show that you appear on?
No.
No, 8 down and 2 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Is the masculine one of you of Italian heritage?
Nay, you're a Svensk.
9 down and 1 to go.
No, who? Are we having a conference now?
You want 15 seconds for a conference, you may have one.
What'd you say,
I
Dorothy?
just said it couldn't be Sammy and my Brit because they said no to singing and music.
Yeah.
So I'm dead.
Steve?
Well,
Well, ask if they're related in some way. If they're not husband and wife, maybe they're
Are they
mother and
maybe
father.
they're brother
or
and
something.
sister.
Brother and sister, or father
Father
and
and
daughter.
are you related in any way, or would you like to be?
We are related.
We are related, yeah.
It's one of the Fonda family.
No, because he's out of town working.
Now, I'm going to throw the cards over you and unmask because we're running out of time, and I want you to meet that fine old Italian over here, Edgar Bergen, and his daughter, Candice. Well, I must say, we thought we'd fool you tonight because Edgar's just come in from Seattle and he's leaving for Paris tomorrow. The one thing we worried about was Candice, who I guess Look magazine said it, and today the New York Daily News had a wonderful piece about Candice as one of the great stars of the future in the American cinema, right?
In the group,
I don't know. It's very nice of you.
Right, would you, but
I'm one of the stars of the past.
right. But it was one that we carefully worked out to fool you, and we did fool
Well,
you.
you're
and
both
Edgar,
beauties anyway.
that you
I'll
are.
say
And
that.
may I say again, we were together not too long ago, and it's always a joy to be with you. And Candice, congratulations on your success. Wonderful to have you with us. You've done pretty well tonight so far, panel, and we certainly will congratulate you. By the way, we'll all be back after permission. Since I've used up all the time, I'll say goodnight, panel. Steve, we're all rooting for your premiere tomorrow night. And for Phyllis and Bennett, happy 25th. And thanks to all of you for being with us on What's My Line?